Hello everybody, what is going on? And welcome back to episode 77 of our My Player Career Mode. I hope that you are all doing well. Today we bring you the World Cup of 2026. Our group stage has been drawn, as you can see. We've got Hungary, we've got Mexico, and we have South Africa in our group. And the other groups, I scroll through them so you can take a look and see who is in where. But our group stage will be played out as post-com. If we make it through the group, we will be then jumping to live games in the knockout rounds. Depending on how far we get today, we'll see where we end up finishing the episode off. So sit back, relax, and hopefully enjoy. And I wanted to start off the World Cup group stage, as you mean to go on, by winning, of course. Why would you want to lose a game, especially at the World Cup? But yeah, we took the lead in this game after 34 minutes. A lovely back heel by Markus Rushford laid it into our path, and we found the finish. And it'd be really cool as well if we could have a solid World Cup here and get into the Player of the World Cup award or something like that, or at least the Player of the competition, I think it's called. Especially with us missing out on the Team of the Year with Barcelona and things like that. I would love to have just a really good World Cup run. We were 2-0 up when Callum Hudson-Odoi made sure of our first victory after finding the finish from close range. And that would be it. Although I did have a chance to make it 3-0 and get our second of the game, but I ended up not finding the finish. I tried to be cheeky. At first I was going to chip it, but the keeper didn't come out enough for me to be able to chip it over and actually score, so I kind of panicked last second. So yeah, the finish wasn't very good there. But it didn't matter because we got a 2-0 win, and that is what we came to do. Our next game, though, we would face off against South Africa. And this game, we were struggling a little bit in it. And I think as well, I noticed about halfway through this that I wasn't sure if I had the captain's armband or not, which is the first time, if I did have, that it's ever happened to me. I don't recall a time in any of the other My Player Career Mode series that we've done where I did have the captain's armband. But let me know. I can kind of see something. It's on the left arm, or I don't know actually, because the screen that I get to see when I'm doing my commentary on is a lot smaller than the screen that you guys will watch it on. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the captain's armband anyway. But yeah, the game itself ended up being 0-0. Fair play to South Africa. They held us. And that was only a point, which meant we'd have to go into game against Hungary, and we needed to win. Otherwise, I wasn't sure that we would make it through the group. But we needn't have worried, because we pretty much were the team on top here. A tremendous first save by the Hungary goalkeeper, who I believe plays for RB Leipzig in real life. So he's not a bad goalkeeper by any means, but just after the first half had finished and we came back out for the second 45, we found the breakthrough to make it 1-0. So, yeah, feeling pretty good after that. And then look at this for a bit of a cheeky play. Lovely little, volley into the path of Sterling. Back towards us. There's the cross in. And Mason Greenwood in the middle made sure with the volley. 2-0 England. And that would be enough to send us through the group. Not only that, we won it as well. So we go through as group winners. I'll show you quickly some of the other groups and how they were faring, because not all of them had finished at this point, but we could get an idea of who was already in there. So there is our group. Joining us is Mexico, Germany and Slovenia making it through Group E, Argentina, Poland in Group D, Italy and Greece, with Spain and Venezuela going out of C and B, and then France and Turkey making it out of Group A. And as I said, not all the groups had finished because Group G and H were still to play. So we were waiting on those results. But as I finished that game and left it, we ended up going into the new season. Our draw was made. We would play Slovenia. So that is our first knockout round game, which of course will be live. News came through that Barcelona had signed a new goalkeeper. Joining the club is Alisson. So now we actually have got a proper number one. Not saying Pena wasn't, but in terms of the overall rating in the squad, he was the worst player by a fair bit. I don't mean that in any offence to Pena or whatever, but yeah, so it's nice to see Alisson joining the club. Sterling finds the ball back towards us. We've got Rashford for support. There's the ball through to Dele Alli, who will make it 1-0 to England. And we find the breakthrough just after the half-hour mark. It's a lovely team goal as well at that. And that is a much-needed goal too. Remember, with knockout football, there's always the potential we play a bit more nervously, knowing that we haven't got a second chance. It's this game and that's it. So if you make a mistake, you give away a goal, and then don't find one in return, you're out, essentially, which is why you tend to have less chances in the early parts of the game, and we found that here as well. Sterling's made a run down this left-hand side. We will play it over to him. Good control as well. Sterling finds us back with the return, the fake shot. Where's the defender just gone there then? That's my question, and that's what I don't understand about this game at times. We did a simple fake shot, and it completely bamboozled the AI to the point where they just stopped. What was that? Look. It's not the first time I've seen that as well. This is legendary, by the way. So, it's not ultimate, but it's still legendary. It's the one step down from the top difficulty, and you do a fake shot, and the AI completely just loses control, it seems. Jadon Sancho goes for the shot. The ball somehow breaks through to Dele Alli, who makes it 3-0. And that will send us through to the quarterfinals of the World Cup. I think it's the quarterfinals anyway. But yeah, there'll be no mistakes here from England. It's a professional performance. It's a performance to be happy about. It looks like the clean sheet as well. Had no trouble in the defensive third at all. But this here, well, it's actually Sancho who makes the tackle and manages to kind of put the ball through. And then Ali gets his second of the game. 8 minutes remain. Slovenia just backing off and backing off. It's 4-0. It is a wonder strike. And that has to be the pick of the bunch in terms of goals. I don't know why they're giving us so much time though. Look at that. They just never put the pressure on. But you've got to close this down sooner. The whip and the bend on that. In off the inside of the post. What a performance to be sending out ahead of that quarterfinal. And there is the full-time whistle then. England 4, Slovenia 0. As we advance through to the next round. We will see our opponent in a few moments' time. Take a look at our opponents in the quarterfinals. We will face Brazil. And some of the games have already been played as well. France and Italy face one another. Italy got through as a 2-1 win. And Germany faced the Netherlands, with the latter coming out on top again in a 2-1 victory. Spain will face Argentina as the other game. So at the minute, Italy and Netherlands wait in the semi-finals for their opponents. Brazil, tricky game this. Who did they beat to get here? They beat Russia by 4-0. So both teams won by the same scoreline in the round of 16. Boy, oh boy, we are in for a real tough game. I'm pretty sure as well that our new teammate in Alisson will be starting the game. So let me bump this up to 5 minutes, as it is the quarterfinal. And then if we get to the semi-final, that'll be played on 6. And then should we get to the final, if we do, that will be played on 8. But that will not be today if we do reach the final. But that's how I'm doing it. So with each round, we go up a minute in terms of each half. I would love to show you the teams, but I've got the bug where it doesn't actually show you the team lineup as Rashford already makes his way through. Is that on the edge of the penalty area? It's an early yellow card here for Eder Militao, and I'm not sure if it's a penalty or if it's just a free kick. I think it's on the edge. Yeah, it's on the edge. Actually, yeah, it's on the edge. Free kick it will be, and it will be Markus Rushford to take it. What can he do from this? He goes over the wall and very nearly makes it 1-0. Chilwell finds us with a good ball through, and now we have the chance to run at Brazil. Rashford on this right-hand side of us, and there's the ball through. He's taking it wide though, Markus Rashford. He goes for the ball back across. It is the pick out that finds us. It is England who have the goal, and that is a really, really good spot by Markus Rashford. At first, I thought that he actually had taken this too wide, and that was the chance gone, but he holds his nerve, lays it back across, and on the slide, we're there. A minute until half-time. Brazil looking for a late chance in this first half. Vinicius Jr. keeps that in and finds Paqueta. Pickford makes the save at the near post. Otherwise, that would have been 1-1. Post-com DJ here, as I just wanted to show you this little bit because I actually missed it when I was playing it live. Watch what the AI does right here. The Brazil player on the halfway line, when Sterling runs into this space, he completely stops. And this ends up leading to a goal. Look at the space here that Sterling has to use as he finds Ali. Ali with a flick up and a cheeky volley at the end of it as well. We have a second goal as we hit Brazil on the counter. Look at the space that Sterling is in. Nobody nearby. Marquinhos with a poor ball out of defence, and that gives us straight back possession as we find Markus Rashford. He's inside the penalty area looking for A chance to send the cross in, and Dele Alli is there, and that will sink Brazil. England will move through to the semi-finals, and it's a horror show from Brazil. Marquinhos with a massive mistake, and at that point, we still had so much to do. But Rashford has turned provider today. The striker, he's got 2 assists now, and there it is then, the full-time score. We dismantle Brazil, and we move on to the semi-finals of the World Cup, where we will play the winner of Argentina or Spain. Standing in our way between a World Cup final, it is going to be Spain. Italy have beaten the Netherlands. They await in the final itself. But we have to take down a very tough Spanish 11 that will probably feature a fair few of our teammates as well. But as I said, we will play this on 6 minutes and a half as opposed to the 5 that we just featured. And yeah, I would like to say I'm pretty confident, especially with the games we've played so far and how we've actually done. But who knows? You know, it's game by game and every game could be different. I really want to get there though. I really want to play in a World Cup final. So yeah, please don't make a mistake now. You know, this isn't the area where I bottle it. I normally bottle it in the final itself. So at least let me get there before I end up completely messing things up. Let's do it. Here is Declan Rice. His ball through to Sterling is brilliant. Sterling can find us completely unmarked. Oh my goodness. What has just... How have I done that? 2 additional minutes of a first half that we have wasted the best chance of as we work our way through again. And yet again, we failed to hit the target. It's not really been my day today so far. I mean, I guess you can say the positive is I keep trying, right? You know, I haven't let that miss get to me too much. But how many do I need to put wide before we're finally, you know, hitting the target? Questions will be asked about my performance so far in this first half. If we make it through to the final, I can only hope that the poor performance comes in the semis here in this game. Because so far, I have been really bad. Now Mir, that's a poor ball out from the back. Again, we see a maybe mistake as Rashford finding us. Got to score it now! And we find the goal to maybe send England to the World Cup final. And I tell you what, the way that this game has gone so far, if we get knocked out here to Spain, you're looking at us and saying we should have done it for our team. So I'm so glad that we have finished this one off. But the job isn't done yet. Spain are playing very, very cautiously. It's been a tense game by all accounts. The chances that you've seen are really the only chances I can show you because both teams playing like their future depends on it. And really it does, doesn't it? Whoever makes a mistake in the game largely will end up knocking their team out of a World Cup final. And for all the misses that I've had, or the 2 that I've had today, we finished that one off. And it comes after a mistake by Spain. Rashford into the feet of Sterling. Across for Foden. Straight at Kepa, but he gets a second chance. And that will sink Spain. I don't know what it is today. The AI just don't seem to really create. Spain have had a lot of possession in this game, but their going forward has been non-existent. They get it and they keep it in midfield areas and that's about it. Rodri's attempted ball into the middle, cut out. Declan Rice will play it out to Sterling and that should be it, ladies and gentlemen. We go to a World Cup final. And the reason I'm not overly celebrating is because I've been in finals before. And we know how they've ended. You know, so I'm not going to get too excited yet. I'm not going to get ahead of myself until that final is done and the World Cup is in our hands. That was a really strange game for me because for the first half, I was so bad, so poor. And then the second half, we scored the goal to start things off and we actually did a bit better. But Spain were underwhelming by all accounts. I feel like that's been the case for quite a few of the games we played today on the AI side. But anyway, World Cup final awaits, and it will not be today. I will leave that for the next episode. So, there you have it then. After a group stage and 3 knockout rounds, we have made it all the way through to the final of the World Cup. And we will face off against Italy to win it. Can we win it though? That's the question. And how crazy would it be if we won a World Cup before we win a league title? I mean, we've still got a massive game ahead of us, right? So it's going to be probably the most toughest game that we've ever had to play in the series, so far anyway. And I just hope I turn up and perform because, you know, we've seen previous finals where I've had a bit of an off day. That semi-final started very, very interesting for me. They got through by winning on penalties. We won 2-0. We haven't conceded a goal, actually, in any of our knockout round games. In fact, the last time we did... No, in fact, we haven't conceded a goal at all throughout the entirety of our World Cup run. So, I don't know what to attribute it down to. Have we got here through being fairly lucky? Have we got through here by having the best defence? Because we have got the best defence, right? Italy are renowned for defending. So, I guess it's going to be an interesting one. But personally speaking, I've been a bit underwhelmed with how the AI have performed today. I know that England have got a pretty good team, but when you consider we played against Brazil and Spain, and between the two of them, they largely only created about 3 chances, that's a bit baffling to me. And, of course, we've played on Legendary throughout the entirety of the last season and now this entire World Cup. Sometimes the AI play crazily, sometimes they don't do anything. Of course, slider settings and everything remain the same. So yeah, I don't really know what the reason has been today as to why we haven't seen a lot from the AI. Maybe England are just OP. 300 likes and you'll get the World Cup final the following day from this video going out. So that is the deal. Until then, guys, a massive thank you for watching. If you did enjoy it, a like would be greatly appreciated. As always, a huge thank you for all of your support on the channel as well. If you are new around here, like what you see, hit that subscribe button down below, and I will see you all again with the next video very soon. Until then, have a great day, have a great evening, and I'll catch you all again. Adios.